What's up, y'all? It's Jimmy coming to you guys with another video. Before I get into the video, as always, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And when you guys hit subscribe, please make sure you guys are hitting that notification button. So getting right into the video, this is a fitted related video. So if you guys are into sneakers, I would probably just tune out right now. But if you guys are here for the fitted content, I do have a pretty dope unboxing / review for y'all. So if you guys don't know, Lids, the hat store that you guys see all over the mall, and if you're in the fitteds, I'm pretty sure you already know about this, but they have branched off into something called Lids HD. And what Lids HD is, it's basically, imagine kind of like you have Foot Locker and you have House of Hoops. Both are still under the same company, right? When you think of Foot Locker, you also think of House of Hoops and vice versa. But House of Hoops is going to have the more limited drops. And the same exact thing applies here, where you have Lids as a storefront, but you also have Lids HD, which is strictly online drops only. This is something that Lids decided to start doing the beginning of 2022. I think their first drop was 2 weeks ago, and the packaging I'm about to show you guys is actually from their first drop, the Casino pack. Really dope colorways, really dope just mock-ups, designs, you know, like their attention to details from the little things to like the metallic stitching, the side patch. If you guys are in the fitteds, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's just so many little things that go into these hats that unless you know, then you aren't gonna appreciate it. But if you know, like, you know, all the little details, then you're gonna really appreciate it when someone drops a good hat. And enough with all the talking, I'm gonna get right into the package. So here's the box that the hats come in. Good sized box, no complaints here. And Liz is really paying attention to the details. The one thing I'll say right off the bat that I really appreciate that they did is the fact that they added this plastic bag around the hats. So a lot of the other hat stores that you might buy from, I'm not gonna name all of them because there's just so many of them, but a lot of them don't give you a plastic bag over your hats. And most of the times that's fine, right? If you're buying like a black hat or something like that. But for the most part, right, the box itself is pretty dirty. So there's also a big risk of your hat getting dirty inside of the box. And with these fitted hats, they're just so sensitive to like any damage, any like type of wear and tear. So you got to be pretty careful with the packaging on these. I've never really had any other issues, even though they haven't come in bags like my other hats that I've purchased. But it's nice to see Lids paying close attention and making sure that their customers get a good, fresh, clean hat in hand. And getting to the actual hats themselves. So this is actually my first time really looking at the hats. So this is kind of like a true unboxing. So getting into the first hat, like I said, this is from their Casino Royale pack. I got both Houston hats. This one right here is absolutely fire in person. Hopefully you guys can see, and of course I'll provide close-up shots of the hat as well. But you guys, this is an absolutely beautiful hat, right? With all these hats, there's not really too much to talk about, but the overall base of the hat is in kind of like a forest green color. It's a little bit lighter than forest green, I'll say, but you have that shade of, let's just call it lucky green, because this is the Casino Royale pack. I believe that's what they called it. And then, like I said, this is the Houston hat. So you have your older logo, Houston Astros, broken star in the front in this gold metallic stitching. And there is a black bordered stitching around it as well. And then moving on to the side patch. The side patch on this hat looks really clean. And this is actually one of my favorite Houston Astros side patches. This is the 45th anniversary patch. This right here is done really well. I mean, if you guys just look at the detail on it, you guys can make everything out clearly. If you guys watch views from the vault, a lot of the times they'll call the patches washed. And I'll say this patch right here is definitely not washed. And then moving on to the back of the hat, you have your Batterman. This one right here is raised, and a lot of people don't like raised Battermans, but I'll say this doesn't look too bad whatsoever. I personally don't care because to me it still kind of just looks the same at the end of the day. But there you have your Batterman on the back. And then moving on to your New Era side logo. This is something that I know a lot of people don't like as well. Like a lot of people like the tonal New Era flag, so it blends in with the hat. But this is a nice little touch of detail right there. You see you have your New Era in black and gold stitching. So that is a nice little pop that comes off of the hat. And then moving on to the last details of the hats, you have white guts, which people prefer, but honestly for myself, I love black guts just because living in Houston, the humidity, or I don't live in Houston anymore, but being from Houston and honestly still being from Texas, you're constantly sweating, right? So this right here is gonna get dirty real quick depending on where you live and how much you sweat. And then moving on to the undervisor, you have, I don't know what color this is exactly. It's almost kind of like a light shade of brown, khaki, but complements the hat really well. I'll say, I mean, I haven't even seen the other hat yet, so I can't really compare which one I like more. But this one right here is really nice in hand, you guys. And then moving on to the next hat, like I said, first time seeing all these hats in person, so this is kind of like an unboxing itself, also a review, but this one right here was also bagged, so they double bag each of the hats, super fire, a lot of attention to detail. But this one right here is a two-tone Houston Astros. I'll say right off the bat, I think I like the other one a lot more. I just like the broken star a little bit more than this big H logo, even though this doesn't look too bad whatsoever. But like I said, two-tone fitted. The top you have a black dome, and then on the visor you have a green visor with a red under visor. So really nice pops of color on this hat right here. And then moving on to the little details that you have on the hat, like I said, you have your big H star logo. The H is in this white embroidery, and then the star is in this gold embroidery, which actually pops pretty well. Like I said, I'm just not the biggest fan of how big this H logo is, but I know a lot of people that really do like this logo. And then moving on to the side patch, you have your 1968 All-Star Game patch. I really love this patch right here. I'll say out of the two, I actually do like the patch on this one more, but overall I like the green hat more. Really good patch work on this hat right here. You have a red New Era flag on the left hand side, and then again you have your raised batterman on the back, which like I said doesn't look too bad whatsoever, especially on this hat. And I will say I do love the look of a two-tone, but that H star is just throwing it off for me a little bit. And on this hat right here you have black guts, which is absolutely perfect for the summertime. You know, like if you're gonna be wearing this hat in Houston, you're definitely gonna need some black guts because the white guts is gonna get dirty really quick. So like I said, these were both the hats that I picked up from the first Lids HD drop. Really smooth process, you know, like if you guys are into fizz, I definitely recommend you guys go over to Lids HD, follow them on Instagram, and just be tuned into their next drop because you won't want to miss out on the heat that they're dropping. I mean, these two hats right here are absolutely insane. You know, just the quality, the detail, the coloring on them is super nice. But let me know down in the comments, did you guys cop anything from this Lids HD drop? And if not, what teams do you guys typically go for? If you guys watch my pickup videos and stuff like that, I'm always going for Houston Astros. That's the home team, and that's the team that I primarily buy. And just like that, that's gonna wrap up the video. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.